So my boy Donovan and I went to the Kendrick Lamar concert in Charlotte at the Bank of America Stadium for his GNX tour. I had a blast. This story takes place right after. Now, if you're not familiar with the Bank of America Stadium, after an event, it's common for the streets around the stadium to be closed off to cars because everyone from the stadium is walking in the streets, with parking lots and garages for the stadium usually like a block or two over. So we go out into the street through the nearest exit from where our seats were from before we remembered that exit point was not our entry point, and the parking lot our car was in was basically on the other side of the stadium. So we start going with the flow of the crowd in the road to walk around to get to the right street. And as we're approaching this intersection, we see that there's a big cluster of people and hardly anyone is moving. And as we get to the intersection, I see what the holdup is. You see, the Bank of America Stadium is the Carolina Panthers' home stadium. And when there's a concert at the stadium, they take up the turf from the football field so it doesn't get damaged or whatever during the concert and is replaced back afterwards. The concert started around 7 o'clock and ended around like 11:30, midnight-ish. And the stadium workers decided the best time to bring the truck with the turf in it and block off a whole intersection to unload all of it was right when thousands of people would be in the street and using the streets to try to get to their vehicles. So they have the entire intersection blocked off and the only way around is the sidewalk. But it's at least a few hundred people trying to go either way, so no one's moving in either direction. You know when you're looking around at a bunch of stuff in a situation and you can tell it's about to go bad? Some of the workers are standing right behind the barriers and are keeping people from walking straight through the intersection. There's one guy in particular, all of 5'3", with the biggest Napoleon complex in the world, screaming his head off at anyone who even gets close to the barrier. These two girls stepped over a barrier and they probably weren't older than like 18 years old max. And the way he was yelling at them, you'd think they were Secret Service protecting the president. Now, the crowd is obviously getting upset because why the fuck would you do this? And we're all elbow to ass in this little intersection. And on top of that, the workers, as they see people getting riled up, start laughing in their faces right in front of them. And to top all of it off, it had been raining off and on all night and the rain was starting to pick up again at this point. So it's pretty obvious to me that something's about to happen. Every couple inches we make of progress through the intersection, someone's bumping into me, stepping on my shoes, or hitting me with their bag. And at that point, you kind of have to let it go because it's really not anyone's fault but the dumbass workers. And then it happens. Me and Donovan turned towards the sound and these two guys had shoved one of the barriers to the ground and rushed to the intersection. Then all the barriers are pushed down one by one and all of us just pushed through the intersection. The workers, when the barriers fell, the workers looked like the citizens of Israel in World War Z when the zombies climbed over the wall. Like, you could tell in their minds, they thought them barriers made them untouchable. And they never thought in a million years a scenario like this would happen. Keep in mind, there were like 10 workers max in this intersection, and they thought they could scream, antagonize, and laugh in the face of hundreds, if not thousands of people at this point. By the way they were acting, you thought they got ambushed by the Viet Cong. The little dude who was snapping at everyone tried to stop the madness when the first fence went down, but it was pretty evident that he was relying on the fences like everyone else because he shut right up when that first wave of people came right at him. The intersection is full of people now, and I see the workers trying to pick up the fences and tighten the perimeter to try to gain some sort of control, but by then it was too late. They were like, oh my God, tighten the perimeter, we can't lose this section. So we run through like everybody else, walk around to the other side of the stadium and get to the street that our car is on. So yeah, if you're one of those workers and you're watching this video and you were there that night, and you almost got trampled to death by a bunch of Kendrick fans, maybe don't block off an intersection right when a bunch of people are coming out and think you run this shit. Yeah, and don't try to antagonize a crowd of people that can very easily reach you. Just follow these steps and maybe next time you won't get almost trampled to death by a bunch of Kendrick fans.
If I had stolen home, I'd have been the hero. Instead, I'm the GOAT.